Testing,
at
testing.
the end of a long day. And when you get there, removing distractions so that you can spend time with the people most important to you.
Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we are doing a watch along with Google I/O 2019. So, sorry for the late delay, but just thought, hey, why not do this? And it took a little longer to set up.
Be
It
safe
has
out
started,
there.
but nothing too more impactful than the just general fluff.
Increase your knowledge,
So, we'll
success,
see how it
health,
goes.
and happiness.
And just a watch along, we'll stay here for about an hour. We know Google I/O can be 2 hours, 3 hours
And with that
on their
scale,
first keynote,
deep
but we'll have to wait and see.
responsibility.
And I have this sign right here just so you can kind of see where I'm seeing.
Nevertheless,
But obviously, I don't want to get
discover it.
flagged, so trying to keep the
Experience it.
audio in my ears. And hopefully, everything looks
Building a
good
more
and sounds good. Let me
connected,
know if there are any
enjoyable
issues, and I
search.
will keep an eye on the chat as it
Millions
goes
of
along.
questions users trust Google with every day. But there's so much more we can do to help our users. Last year, we launched a new feature in Google News called Full Coverage, and we've gotten great feedback on it from our users. We'll be bringing full
I haven't
coverage
used Google
directly
News. I just haven't been as
to your
interested in
own
it.
site
Now
with
they
trustful news
do
stories.
pop-ups with
Let's
the
take an
Google
example.
app, and that tells you kind of
Launching the
what news
platform,
you'd be interested in. So
Surface
that's what I
Relevant
generally have
Episodes
found
launched
useful.
recently. We used machine learning to identify different types of stories and give you a complete picture of how stories are supposed to fit into a wide variety of tools. When you click into full coverage, it surfaces a breadth of content but allows you to drill down into what interests you. You can check out different aspects of the story,
It's a nice
like
layout, I
how
would
the
say.
black hole got its name. You can even now see a timeline of events, and we'll be bringing this to search later this year. Podcasts are another important source of information, and we'll be bringing them directly to search as well. By indexing podcasts, we can surface relevant episodes based on their content, not just the title. And you can tap to listen right in search results, or you can save an
That's
episode
kind of cool.
for
So the
listening later.
podcast will basically, you can play it right in the news app. So I would assume that that would allow you to listen to it and
Even more
continue
helpful,
scrolling or
you can
reading whatever
subscribe
news
to
you want to
news
while the
alerts
podcast is
directly.
playing. That's a nice way of doing it.
Sometimes what's most helpful in understanding the world is being able to see it visually. To show you how we are bringing you visual information directly in search, here's Aparna.
Okay, the search portion. Search portion is generally, what we kind of always get with Google. Nothing too fancy usually, but
When
let's see
you're
what they have
thinking
to
about a
say.
solar
If there's any
system
big
or
updates.
trying to choose a color scheme for your home, seeing is often understanding. With computer vision and augmented reality,
Hey,
you're
Stephen
not
and
just
Julie,
looking at
thank you for the
images,
super chat
you're
donation. Really
also
appreciate it. Make sure to
visualizing
ask any
what's
questions, as
happening
always, with any super chat donation or any questions at all. I'm going to be looking over the chat throughout the entire time, so yeah.
Google search, adding a new
Hello
dimension
from
to
San Diego,
search.
California. I just visited San Diego for the
Using
first time, believe
searches
it or
on
not.
websites.
So it was a lot of
So
fun.
let's take a look. Say you're a student
Hey,
studying
you think the Galaxy Fold is dead on arrival if it ever
when you
launches? I
search
think
for
it'll
something
launch.
like
I think
Western
it could be
culture,
delayed as long as the
you
Note,
can
though,
Google
which most people aren't saying right now. They think it's going to be
design-removable
launched right away.
right from the search results. Not only that, pretty cool. Not only that, you can also place it in your own space.
That's pretty cool, AR. And again, built into the Google search app. See, the thing is Google's making the search app so
Built-in
powerful
extensions
on its
that
own so that it could be on Android and iOS
auto-update
equally.
while you're studying a
And
concept. Very
that's
powerful.
really cool to
Okay,
put
let's
more
take
stuff
another
into it.
example. Say
Kind of
you're a
like how
social
they're
media developer
temporary
or
apps. So if
volunteering.
you go to a website and the app
Um, with
will
new settings,
actually
you
be
can
temporary
publish
downloaded for, like,
articles
say,
from
if
different
you go to a
angles
bank website and your bank is
independently
Chase
from
Bank.
search.
Chase
That
will
way, when
Chase could
marketers sell
automatically
something,
download the app for you
what does the
and then
company
remove
find in
itself
the source
so that it's off your
after
phone. But
that
it's kind of a temporary
goes
app.
to your
This
close?
is bringing that to temporary search. I like the 3D view of things.
Okay,
That's pretty
this
cool.
last example is a really fun one. So, you may have all seen a great white shark in the movies. Jaws, anyone? But what does it actually look like?
I mean,
up
Jaws is a
close?
very old movie. You have to be more relevant
Let's find
topics
out,
with
shall
that.
we? Okay, I have Archana here with me to help with the demo. So let's go ahead, search for great white shark on Google. As you scroll through, you get information on the knowledge panel, facts, but also
View in
see the
3D.
shark in 3D directly from the knowledge panel. Why don't we go one step further? Why don't we invite the shark to the stage? Whoa! There it is. You know, it's one thing to read.
It looks really good too. Like, I will say that the 3D actually looks pretty good.
21 feet long. But to see it in front of you at scale, filling up the shoreline stage like a rock star, that is truly understanding its scale. Okay, let's take a closer look.
Huh.
It's an AR shark. It won't bite. Oh, look at those layers of teeth. You know, I don't know about you all, but I'd much rather see.
Can you interact with it? That's what I'm curious about.
Real life.
That's pretty cool. I will say that. What do you guys think? Does anyone like the idea of this 3D implementation on? I have like a perfect desk that I would just like put all my AR stuff on right here.
That's why we created Google Lens to help you search and do more with what you see by simply.
I do like Google Lens. It's getting more and more integrated and everything, and it is in the Google app. If you have the Google app on your phone, you can literally tap usually the bottom left, and it'll bring up Google Lens right away.
Google Photos and the camera app on many Android devices.
Pixel 4, no, Pixel 4 will not be shown today. That still will not be till October. Today will be the Pixel 3a and Pixel 3a XL mid-rangers with the Pixel 3 camera in a mid-range priced phone.
So just who the artist is.
Is it just starting? Yeah, it started at 10, so I think I started this at 10:05 or something like that. So yeah, it's just starting.
Apps and so on. Much like search.
Tech just pop in, smack that thumbs up, can't stay, peace. Thank you, appreciate it for the stop by and the thumbs up.
If you're making Lens more.
Hello, Ricky. Hello, how you doing?
Say you're at a restaurant trying to figure out what to order. Instead of going from the menu, the different apps on the phone, and back to the menu and so on, you can simply point your camera. Lens automatically highlights the popular dishes at this restaurant right on the
That's
menu.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The fact that it can tell that, I wonder how accurate that will be.
If you want to know
I'm gonna have to try that when I go to a restaurant this Saturday. By the way, we are going to be having, me and my wife are going to be streaming our gender reveal party this Saturday, just as a separate note.
about it on Google Maps.
I will say too that I do like, if you have checked out Google Maps lately, if you go to a menu on a restaurant, it actually shows pictures of it. That's a new update that just happened, I think, this past week. And I noticed it the other day when looking like at a restaurant, and again, you click the menu button, and then you have all the photos of it.
Pointing your camera at the receipt, and voila.
That's nice. I always download a third-party tip calculator app, so I'm glad that we have it just built into it. I know you can just usually double the tax depending on your state, but that is definitely a nice addition to have a built-in tip calculator to Google Lens. That's awesome.
In the physical world. So I'm going to give you just one example. So you're flipping through a Bon Appetit magazine.
Oh,
And you see a recipe you like. Soon, you can point your camera at the recipe and see the page come alive.
by the way, is the mic coming in clear? I wasn't sure if it's still on my regular mic or if it switched over to this mic. Let me know if the mic is coming in clear, if anyone can in the chat.
Museums, magazine publishers, and retailers to bring unique visual experiences like this. There's one final area where we think that
I definitely like the lens update. That's really good.
around the world, there are more than 800 million adults who are struggling to read the words that they come across in their daily lives.
I saw that in the lens. You saw the translate on there.
And many of them are coming online for the first time with a smartphone. So to help with that, we've integrated a new camera capability into Google Go. entry-level devices. Take this sign. It is
Oh, Google Go is like the for the Android Go platform, basically the inexpensive $100 sub-$100 smartphones. So this app is for that platform. Basically, a phone that could have like 1 gig of RAM or less.
So, directly from the Google search bar, you can use Lens, open it, point it at the sign to hear the text read out aloud to you.
Information for card holders. All customers using old proprietary magnetic stripe cards should be advised.
That is really cool for people that can't see well. That's really good for people that can't see well.
That way, even if you can't read the language well, you can follow along and you understand the full context of what you see. You can also translate it into your own language. Like this.
Información para los.
No
Mic sounds clear. Good.
original sign.
Can only hear you. Good. I got flagged for the Apple event last year because the mic picked up my speaker. So this year I was like, let me make sure to wear a headset so that doesn't get flagged again. What is Google I/O? Google I/O is a developer conference where Google announces, mostly in the past years, all software-based products. However, we know that they are announcing the Pixel 3a and the Pixel 3a XL today as well, so that will be a new thing.
Years of language understanding from search. All
So what are we looking at? You're looking at a lower quality version of what I'm looking at. Basically, I have to kind of do this mix shape thing. I put it so you guys can know where I'm at in the video, but I don't want to actually stream the video itself because then it'll get flagged and this video will get taken down. And trust me, it's gotten taken down plenty of times before on other one of these. But it's just Google I/O 19. If you type that into search, it should come up right away. It's under the Google Developers page on Google on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube and go to Google Developers, it is the live video playing right now currently. That's what I'm watching. I'm still waiting on them to announce Skynet so we can get on with the apocalypse. I don't think they'll announce Skynet yet. I think that's still a couple of years away. You know, Google Duplex was the introduction of Skynet. So that is, you know, that was the introduction of it. I'm also going to be putting on the Google Store soon because I know Google is about to announce all their new products, and they might have already announced it on there. So not yet. I'm waiting for their store to change as well because their store is going to be changing today as they release the Google Pixel 3a and 3a XL, which I'm expected will be able to be bought today or tomorrow. Why weren't you invited to Google I/O? I don't know. Please at Google. Why was I not invited to it? It looks like a lot of fun. I saw a lot of YouTubers like baking cookies yesterday and, you know, all these cool things. Drinking cappuccinos with their picture on it. It was lots of this cool stuff. So yeah, I wasn't invited to Google I/O. I wish I was. Hopefully I will next year. Google told me when I emailed them, they were like, oh, don't worry. You should be invited. We haven't sent out our press invitations yet. That was way a couple weeks ago, and obviously I never got it. So that is what happened.
and the teams work incredibly hard to
What is Skynet? Skynet is the joke of that Google, or sorry, not Google. Skynet is the joke of in Terminator, the movie series. Skynet is the AI intelligence, artificial intelligence that took over the world and controls the Terminators that kill humans.
and all the other
Yeah.
features from search and lens to have
It's the worry of artificial intelligence, basically.
roll out later this month. Thank you.
Hey, I don't have HD quality now. You give me my HD, Google. Alright. So those updates were later this year, which I always hate that answer. It's like, why can't you just tell us an exact date or even release it on the day of? That's what I would hope for. Duplex.
enables Google Assistant to make restaurant reservations on your behalf by actually
It's so funny because many people haven't used Duplex because they just find it weird.
across the US, and we've gotten great feedback not only from our users but from businesses as well. For us, Duplex is the approach by which we train AI on simple but familiar tasks to accomplish them and save you time. Duplex was launched with restaurant reservations on the phone, but now we are moving beyond voice and extending Duplex to tasks on the web. We again want to focus on narrow use cases to start. We are looking at rental car bookings as well as movie tickets. Today, when you make
Huh.
a new reservation,
That'd be interesting for rental cars or movie tickets.
number of pages and steps, filling out information, and making selections along the way. I'm sure you're all familiar with this.
That is true.
Time to
But I feel like I would still want to pick the rental car just because I want to know exactly what car I'm getting, exactly what extra
make
options.
this experience better for both users and businesses. So let me show you how the assistant can do it better. Say you get a calendar reminder about an upcoming trip and you want to book a rental car. You can just ask Google, book a national car rental for my next trip. The assistant opens the national website and automatically starts filling out your information on your behalf, including the dates of the trip. You can confirm the details with just a tap. And then the assistant continues to navigate the site and even selects which car you like. It's acting on your behalf and helping you save time, but you're always in control of the flow. Let's go ahead and add a car seat. And once all the details are in, you can check everything one last time and just tap to finalize the reservation. You immediately get a
Okay, that's nice. That is nice. You have control over it so you can change selections, but it was nice that it autofills just even things like your name and your email address and all that stuff. It's really nice that it filled that out.
based on trip confirmations in Gmail.
Now I wonder if that's with Google Pay only, or will it fill out everything just naturally?
This required no action on part of the business to implement. What you just
That's
saw
awesome.
is an early preview.
So app makers don't have to do this. It's just Google doing it itself.
We're going to be thoughtful and get feedback from both users and businesses to improve
I like that. I really Duplex on the web is awesome.
later this year.
I like that. So that's probably the best thing I've seen so far. Duplex on the web, it just makes things more seamless and autofilling. And as much as it can autofill and take all that stuff out of it, I'm all for that.
More helpful assistant. In order to process speech today, we rely on
Where's Clyde, Storm, and Alex Red at? I don't think they're here. I didn't announce that I was doing this. I just literally was like, hey, I should do this. And that was 15 minutes before it started. And I just really tried to do it right away.
into words. And then a third model predicts the likelihood of these words in a sequence. They are so complex that they require 100 gigabytes of storage and a network connection. Bringing these models to your phone, think of it as putting the power of a Google data center in your pocket. An incredibly challenging computer science problem. I'm excited to share we reached a significant milestone. Further advances in deep learning have allowed us to combine and shrink the 100 gigabyte models down to half a gigabyte, small enough
Wow.
to get onto mobile devices. This eliminates network latency and makes the assistant so much faster, so fast that tapping to use your phone would seem slow. I think this is going to transform the future of the assistant, and I'm thrilled to bring Scott to tell you more about our next generation assistant.
That's really cool. So basically, what he just said was that they found a way to bring the 100 gigabytes that the assistant normally has to access onto smartphones, and it's only going to take up half a gig of storage on your smartphone. For quicker assistant stuff, I'm all for that.
So fast that processing your voice that tapping to operate your phone would almost seem slow. It opens up many new use cases, and we want to show you
So real quick, why do Pixel 3 sales lower than Pixel 2? Very simple. Pixel 3 was ugly, and it was far behind, and it was slow. 40 gigs of RAM was too little for a flagship smartphone, and the notch really hurt it, and the huge bezels really hurt it. So that's why.
And she's going to help us test it out, starting with some back-to-back commands to demonstrate its speed. Now this demo is hot off the press.
On behalf of Quiet Storm, I feel the need to plug 15 First Date Questions. Well, thank you, Darren Coda. I really appreciate that. Download our app, 50 First Date Questions, right here. It's a great app. You should download it. It's great for dates. Thank you for plugging it.
What's the weather today? What about tomorrow?
Oh my God.
On Twitter. Get a Lyft ride to my hotel. Turn the flashlight on.
This is so fast. Are you guys seeing how fast this Google Assistant is?
Selfie.
All right.
Wow.
Now, as you can see,
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Meggy was able to open and navigate apps instantly. Now, you might have also noticed that with continued conversation, she was able to make several requests in a row without having to say, "Hey Google," each time. Now, beyond an effortless way to operate your phone, you can start to imagine how the assistant fused into the device could orchestrate tasks across apps. Let's look at another
That is really cool. That is really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
about a recent
That was so fast.
is for her to respond with her voice and even share a photo.
Holy shit. All right, let's see.
Reply. Had a great time with my family and it was so beautiful. Show me my photos from Yellowstone. The ones with animals.
Dang.
Send it to Justin.
That is insanely fast. This is the kind of stuff we've always dreamed about of voice commands. Like, these are so quick that it is so much faster than what you would do.
When's my flight?
So I'm guessing she's squeezing the phone to start Google Assistant with
I should
those.
get in around 1 p.m.
So notice how it helped Meggy multitask more easily across different apps.
That is really cool. That is really, really impressive how quick that is.
Even imagine this
And again, what they did was they took the 100 gigabytes that Google Assistant normally has to access and narrowed it down to half a gigabyte that will now be on your phone. That is well worth half a gigabyte on your phone. It is much more useful than probably a lot of the stuff we put on our phone.
Jessica? I just got back from Yellowstone and completely fell in love with it.
Can you change the subject?
To Yellowstone Adventures. Let me know
Uh-oh.
this weekend when
Oh,
I
did it?
tell you all about it. Send it.
That is awesome. Okay, that is awesome. That is awesome. This, again, is the type of voice commands we have always wanted to have. Something that's quicker than you actually typing it or doing it. It's just all voice commands.
versus when she was
This is awesome. This is really awesome.
Thanks, Meggy.
Thanks, Scott.
This is the talk of Google I.O. right here. This is the talk of Google I.O. That is freaking awesome. All right, I'm gonna see.
Paradigm shift. This
When new review for the S10? It's waiting on weeks now. Desperately waiting even. Yes, I will do the review on S10. I've given myself a deadline of next Monday. I will do it hell or high water. I want to be able to give you guys the lock screen at that point, which if you checked out weekly, I have told you why I haven't got the lock screen up yet, because there's been nothing but issues trying to get the lock screen up.
next generation assistant is coming to the new Pixel phones later this year.
So keep in mind, he said the new Pixel phones later this year, not the Pixel phone announced today.
How we're making it much faster, but it also has to be personal enough to really
Hey, Robert Rawson, thank you for the super chat. $5 super chat. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Support for the YouTube Tech Guy. I appreciate it.
or even what to eat. So let's look at a recipe. Hey Google, what should I cook for dinner?
A lot of reviews said Verizon. It was who killed the Pixel 3. I don't think so. Although I think you're going to see the Pixel 3 on more devices, more carriers this year,
Chicken recipe because it's helped me with
unless they have a contract that they can't get out of.
And what I really love is that different people get completely different results. We call this feature Picks for You, and it'll be launching on
That's cool.
displays later this summer, starting with recipes.
Later this summer. Okay.
Now, beyond your preferences, becoming more personal means the assistant will better understand the people, places, and events that are important to you. Now, one important person in my life is my mom, who I'm going to visit right after I.O. So let's say I ask my assistant, how's the traffic to Mom's house? Now, we all understand what I mean by Mom's house, right? Well, if I'm in Toledo, Mom's house might have meant this place, a nonprofit childcare center. In other cities, Mom's house can be a restaurant or a grocery store. In fact, there's lots of things in the world called Mom's house. Now, in
Okay,
the
screw those places for calling themselves Mom's house.
a phrase refers to is called reference resolution, and it's fundamental to understanding human language. At Google, we approach this problem using our knowledge graph of things in the world and their relationships. It's what allows us to understand something like the Starbucks near the Golden Gate Bridge. Today, we're expanding the assistant's ability to understand you better by applying those same techniques to the things in your world. We call it personal references. So if I shared my mom's contact info with the assistant, I can ask, hey Google, what's the weather like at Mom's house this weekend?
Friday and Saturday in Carmichael will be partly cloudy.
How long will it take to get there?
That's good.
Like traffic, it will take you 2 hours and 14 minutes.
If you didn't know, you can give you can assign like people in your
All right, I'll remind you on July 3rd.
And it goes beyond mom. If you've shared important people, places, and events with the assistant, you'll be able to ask for things more naturally, like show me photos of my son, or directions to the restaurant reservation, or remind me to pick up chocolates on my anniversary.
I've wanted the directions to the restaurant reservation for a while now because I said, hey, how long is it going to take me to get to my next appointment? And it does not get that on the voice assistant on the Google displays. So that is really good that it's doing that because that annoyed the hell out of me yesterday.
Everything you need while you're on the road. Now we've been focused on the main things that we all want when we're driving, get where we're going safely, to catch up with friends, and listen to something interesting along the way.
My wife always laughs because anytime Google's like, what can I do to improve? I just tell Google like, do better.
Coming to Waze in the next few weeks. Now I'd like to show you the
Oh, that's really cool for people to use Waze.
mobile driving experience even more. Introducing the assistant's new driving mode. Just put your phone in the car and say, hey Google, let's drive. Driving mode has a thoughtfully designed dashboard that brings your most relevant activities front and center while you're driving. And includes
Interesting.
personalized for you. For example, if you have a dinner reservation on your
Why wouldn't they just put Android Auto on there?
shortcut to navigate to the restaurant. Or if you started a podcast at home in the morning, once you get in your car, it'll display a shortcut to resume the episode right where you left off.
All right, let's see some of your questions.
Making it easy to call them or message them. And recommendations.
How do I sync my contacts to my Samsung Watch on the Note 8? The Samsung Watch will only sync contacts that are on your phone. So you'd have to move contacts from, say, Google or whatever cloud service you have all your contacts on to the phone. That's what you have to do.
This jazz music station on YouTube Music.
Now everything is voice enabled. So if a call comes in, the assistant will tell you who's calling and ask if you want to answer without having to take your eyes off the road.
Call from mom. Do you want to pick it up?
No thanks. Thanks for your help with the demo.
How rude!
Alright, so best of all, with the assistant already on your phone,
Hey, Wayne, thank you for the super chat donation, sir. Go, Ricky.
this summer on any Android phone with the assistant.
Driving mode's cool, but why didn't you just put Android Auto on there? It should have just been the same interface. Or are you saying that this interface is better than Android Auto and then you're going to replace it? What are you trying to tell me, Google?
across 80 countries. And with Duplex on the web, the next generation assistant, personalized help, and
The next generation assistant's absolutely amazing. The next generation assistant is absolutely amazing. Personalized help just seems like an update of the existing personalization you could already do. Like, for instance, I say call my wife, it asks me who's my wife, and then once you put that in there, it always knows that's your wife. So you can navigate, you can do whatever to that person. You can't do that right now. That's why they did that. You have to say, hey Google, stop. Or hey Google, shut the up.
Google needed. And it's rolling out on
Thank you.
Plays and Google Homes in English-speaking locales starting today. Thanks very much.
Good. You know how difficult it is to get through those alarms. You realize like every Google Assistant's going off right now if you actually have audio to it. I am so glad I didn't have audio to this.
We found a few restaurants near you. Ordering you a grande vanilla latte from Starbucks. This is a cat.
I didn't know we could order Starbucks. Wait a minute, hold up. I have John Legend. If you don't have John Legend on your Google Assistant, you should probably change to it because it's awesome. All right, let's see what we got going on in the chat. When will all these Google I/O options come, and will they work on the Samsung Note 9? Some of them will work on the Note 9. Probably not the new Assistant, unless it's an over-the-air update. But all these Google options are basically coming later. That's all they're saying. Later this year.
That we do this for everyone is a core philosophy.
Is it me, or is there no way to hear
Earliest days, search was the same.
who you are talking to? I am talking to everyone in the chat right now. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about the... Is there no way to hear who you're talking to? Are you talking about what we just watched, Google I/O? I'm not sure.
Experience on low-cost phones in countries where users are just starting to come online with the same passion as
The contract has expired. It's coming to T-Mobile and Sprint from what we hear, so that's really good.
why we offer free training.
Can you revisit the Samsung A50? I know that some of the A series phones are coming to the US. Whichever ones do come to the US, we most likely will review some of those.
Develop our technology, ensuring the
Hey bro, big fan. Thank you, Anthony Brooks. Appreciate it.
and security that works for everyone, and products that are accessible at their core. Let's start with building AI for everyone. Bias has been a concern in science long before machine learning came along. The stakes are clearly higher with
Still
AI.
checking the store to see as soon as they update it.
For model works. We need to know how it works. We want to ensure that our AI models don't reinforce bias that exists in the real world. It's a hard problem, which is why we are doing fundamental computer science research to improve the transparency of machine learning models and reduce bias. Let me show you what I mean. When computer scientists deploy machine learning models, it can sometimes be difficult to understand why they make a certain prediction. It's because most machine learning models appear to
I am not talking with anyone. These are headphones just so that the audio that I'm watching from Google I/O plays on my headphones instead of my speakers, which then my mic picks up what's on the speakers, and then we get flagged and the video gets taken down. Because yes, that has happened before.
are working on a new methodology called PCAP, or testing concept activation vectors. Let me
Is it worth the money trading in the Note 8 and spend on the extras for the Note 9? Cheers. The Note 9, I think, was a good improvement in battery life, and I think the camera was a pretty good improvement.
Stripes is important to the model's prediction.
But yeah, I'd say those were the two biggest ones. I would wait for the Note 10 at this point, to be honest. I think that's worth more of a trade-in.
A classifier was trained on pictures of doctors. The training data was mostly males wearing coats and stethoscopes. Then the model could inaccurately assume that being male was an important prediction factor. There are other important examples as well.
That's the
Now
problem.
imagine an AI system that could help
I
predict
think
skin cancer.
this is them trying to explain to Congress how an AI works that they couldn't do in the when they were being questioned.
There's a lot more to do, but we are committed to building AI in a way that's fair and works for everyone, including identifying and addressing.
Do you think cell phone prices will come to climb, or will we see a cap? I think we're going to keep seeing a greater divide, actually. I think you're going to see newer, cheaper phones start coming in because of this phone, specifically the Pixel 3a. I think you're going to see those kind of phones come in more this year. And then I think you're going to see more high-end phones as well, going in the $1,000+ but those aren't selling as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they both end up going back to around the $800 price point, I believe, will ultimately be where the main flagships will lay.
Easy controls to export your data from email, contacts, photos, all of our products, anytime you choose to. But we know our work on privacy and security is never done. And we want to
Ow.
do more to stay ahead, constantly.
Let's see.
We've been working on a
Oh, I see this how this is working now. You're answering us and our questions, right? Yes, I'm answering your questions. That's yes.
all your privacy and security settings in one place in your Google account. To make sure your Google account
Oops.
is always at your fingertips, we are making it easily accessible from your profile photo. If you're in search, you can tap on your photo and you can quickly access the most relevant privacy controls for search in case your data in search. Here, you can view and manage your recent
That's cool because these things are kind of hidden for your privacy purposes. These things are kind of hidden, so I like that they're making it more easily accessible to more people.
delete controls, which you'll also be able to access right from the app. Data helps make search work better for you. And with auto delete, you can choose how long you want it to be.
What about waiting for a foldable? Problems price? I think foldables are still so new that you're not gonna get
automatically
a massive influx. I think we're gonna get maybe 2 this year, 3 to 5 next year, and again they're gonna be on the higher end price range. And yeah, they still will have issues until they're perfected.
bring features such as this to more controls over time. In addition,
Out of the subject, do you think the OnePlus 7 Pro will be a phone to have? I think it's going to be a really good phone to have. I'm very curious to see if it'll be the phone to have. OnePlus has never had, I would say, the phone to have. It's always had the best phone for the money. But I think if you had more money to spend on a phone, if you could get a free phone regardless of price, I don't think I would ever pick the OnePlus because I think there are better phones in it. And not having waterproofing and not having wireless charging is 2 big misses for me personally.
your account. You want to make it easy to enter in and out of
That is really cool. Finally have incognito mode on maps. That is a cool feature to have.
with support for incognito, and will be bringing
Oh my god, that's great on YouTube. Like, cause I always tell my wife, like, babe, stop searching for these things. We have, so on my main TV, we use the Samsung TV's built-in YouTube app for my account. And then we have a Roku, which we do not sign into YouTube. So all the search results won't end up in my algorithm and messes it up. So I really like that we're getting an incognito mode in YouTube and an incognito mode in Maps. That is a really good update.
step verification. Because an additional layer of protection is always
You should always have 2-step verification on. It's annoying, but it's needed. It's needed.
the protection of security.
It's one of the biggest ways to secure all of your passwords and everything you have.
You can confirm a sign-in with just a tap. And today, it'll be available to over 1 billion compatible devices.
That's awesome. So the security key on an Android phone two-step authentication will launch today. That is awesome.
Do more for users, but do it with less data over time.
Thank you later. I got an email from Samsung to see if I wanted to continue my place in line. Kind of losing interest of this first iteration. Damaged screen. What to do? What to do? I would say most people shouldn't get this phone. I've always said that. I think if you're real techie and you love this kind of stuff, great. But I don't think that it's necessary for everyone, for sure.
Instead of sending data to the
What do you think about the SA Plus? It was great fun at the time. SA Plus in 2018 or 2019, sorry. I think it's good, but it's always the thing where like the S8 Plus versus getting the new Pixel 3a. The new Pixel 3a would have advantages over the S8 Plus.
and then the updated global
I would say probably I would get the Pixel 3a or the Pixel 3a XL maybe over the S8 Plus. Smaller screen, but those kind of things are what I would say. And how much for the S8 Plus? Because I'm assuming you're paying around $400 for it. If you're paying $500 or $600, then you might want to look at an S9 at that price because it might be around the same price used or factory refurbished.
thousands of people start using them without Google ever seeing anything you type. Actually, with BTS, it's probably millions of people. This is not just research. In fact, Gboard is already using federated learning to improve next word prediction as well as emoji prediction.
Water resistance is coming to the OnePlus 7 Pro, just like Apple. They don't say how good it is, but if you looked at our Mobile Weekly, we actually addressed that. They say it's water resistant, yet they tell you, but we don't recommend you dropping it in water.
Privacy and security are the foundation for all
And we're not guaranteeing if anything happens to it. So for me, it was misleading marketing. Just like when they did Samsung did a commercial with Lil Wayne pouring champagne on it. It's not guaranteed to do champagne. And we also said that their statement in their community is false. And Samsung and LG and iPhone actually will replace your phone if it's water damaged most of the time, without any kind of extra warranty. I've seen in person 2 times where they did replace it in store for water damage. So that claim that OnePlus said was false. Not all manufacturers do it, which is the wording they used, but it was very misleading because, yeah, do replace water damage, but OnePlus will not.
experiencing videos online. A few months ago,
What is a good phone to root? I would still say Samsung is probably the easiest to root outside of standard Google.
caption conversations in real time.
Maybe even Samsung. I would say Samsung's probably the most supported to root. It's so much support for rooting Samsung, and because they sell the most, that's really cool.
Cannot or prefer not to speak can also respond by typing. It's really inspired by how the product came about. 2 of our Google researchers, Dimitri and Chet, saw an opportunity to help people and collaborated to develop the app. Together, a small team of engineers and people who volunteered their 20% time, they built Live Transcribe, and it is now available in over 70 languages and dialects on Android devices.
That's cool that they came up with it together. That's awesome.
Today, we are going further and extending this technology. We are announcing a new feature called Live Caption. Live Caption makes all content
Just swapped batteries on my daughter's Samsung Tab 4. Feeling like a techie today, lol. Still an Android lollipop, and that's the latest software. Yeah, that's expected. That's really cool that you did it yourself.
or even on a moment capture at home.
How does that work?
Only possible due to our recent breakthroughs in speech recognition technology. We recently tested live caption with some users. Let's take a look.
So you hit this volume button here, and then you turn on that button. Even if you want to see more, you can.
That's really cool. Anything to help
You can imagine
any person or people that have
example the ability
that don't have all the same access that we do on smartphones.
meeting or on the
Always a great thing to have, of course. So awesome for that.
The Android team is going to talk a little bit later today about what made live caption possible. We're also exploring how this technology can caption phone calls. But we want to go one step further and actually allow more people to respond and accomplish tasks over their phones.
Live caption
This
phone
example
calls. That's
Nicole,
so crazy.
who prefers not to speak, can receive a call from our hairstylist.
That's revolutionary for anyone that's deaf. That's awesome.
Let's take a look.
Hi, this is Nicole's assistive chat. She'll see what you say, and her responses will be read back to you, starting now.
Hi Nicole, it's Jamie. How are you?
Hey Jamie. I'm good, and you?
Great. Are we still on for your 1 p.m. haircut tomorrow?
Sorry, can you do 3 p.m.?
Yes, I can do 3 p.m. We have a lot to catch up on. I want to hear all about your trip.
Perfect, thumbs up.
Great, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thumbs up.
That's really cool. That's really cool. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I mean, anything that can help. Like I said, anyone that can't do
We're excited to see
what everyone else day-to-day experiences is always something to try to make an impact on, something to try to do. Live caption on a phone call is awesome. That's awesome. And it's a feature that's not going to get talked about that much, honestly, because it won't generate clicks, it won't generate views as much, but it is something that's just awesome, that will make such an impact on a lot of people that are deaf and that can't always. That's just awesome. That's awesome. It's live caption, not live capture. So live caption means closed caption is basically when you watch a TV show and you see text reading out to you what's on the TV screen. This is live caption, so it would effectively tell you what is being said. Like he's talking and it automatically writes it, but that's doing it to someone else. So it's just a really cool feature. So you can watch a video that might be live streaming and it will live caption that video, or you can, like they demonstrated on a phone call, have it live caption.
In the training video, Dimitri recorded 15,000 frames per second. It wasn't obvious that this was going to work. He just sat there and kept recording. You can see
Wow.
it's possible to make a speech recognition work for Dimitri. It should be possible to make it work for many people, even people who can't speak because they've lost the ability to speak. The work that Shashing has done, voice utterances, from sounds alone, you can communicate. But there might be other ways of communicating.
That's crazy.
Steve might crack a joke, and it's related to something that happened a few minutes ago. The idea is to create a tool so that Steve can train machine learning models himself to understand his visual expressions.
That's really cool.
Things that seem maybe superfluous, but actually
If you look a certain way, it plays an air horn. If you look another way, it plays a boo. That's awesome.
Scratching the surface level.
Um,
If we can get speech recognizers to work with small numbers of people who learn
how much will the Pixel 3 is going to cost? We do not know yet. The rumor is anywhere from 300 to 400 for the Pixel 3a, and 400 to 500 for the Pixel 3a XL. If they price it over that, it's not going to sell well, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's still not live. I'm checking their store. I keep refreshing the store to see if it updates, but nothing live yet. Do you think we will improve captioning on YouTube videos? Yes, I do believe that it's something that will be improved on in the future, and this is the steps to do it.
Hard to understand speed. We'd like to invite you to submit voice samples to help X-ray research. Fundamental AI research, which enables new products for people with disabilities, is an important way we drive our mission forward. Live transcribe, live caption,
That's really cool.
and Project Euphonia will ultimately result in products that work better for all of us.
So yeah, live caption, live relay are the biggest. I mean, live transcribe is good, but nothing like the importance of live relay, I would say, was the most important one.
Our users is through our open source platforms like Android. To tell you more, I'd like to invite Steph onto the stage.
Okay. Guys, I'm letting you know right now, I have to wrap up in about 20 minutes or so. So if we don't get to the phone, I apologize, but I do have to get into work. It sucks, but I have to get into it. So yeah.
Milestone together. Today there are over 2.5 billion active Android devices.
2.5. More than Apple. More than Apple. No, I'm just-
Next, Android Q. Innovation
All right, what features are we getting on Android Q, guys? This has been a big thing.
and digital well-being. A lot has changed since 1.0.
No one cares about digital well-being. No one cares about digital well-being except for
In our lives.
richer people that have so much time on their hands in Silicon Valley.
And we see another big wave of innovation coming to make them even more
iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone X versus S8, S8 Plus. I would say the iPhone X would be the best out of those three.
around the world. Driven by this powerful ecosystem, many innovations have been first on Android. From large screens to the first OLED display. And this year, display technology will take an even bigger leap. Foldable
Or I would just say get the OnePlus 6. That's probably around the same price. And yeah.
so early, this might change the future of mobile computing. Foldables take advantage of a completely new display technology, literally bend and fold tablet-like screen. And Q maximizes what's possible on these screens. For instance, foldables are great for multitasking. So I can watch some funny videos my sister sent me while we chat about what we're going to do with my mom on Wednesday. The feature I'm most excited about is screen continuity. So let's say we finish chatting. It's time to head out, and I'm standing around waiting for my ride. So I start playing a game on the folded, smaller screen. When I sit down and unfold, the game seamlessly transfers to the larger screen. It's so cool. And I can pick up exactly where I was playing.
As long as it works.
Multiple OEMs launch foldables this year, all running Android.
Thanks a lot for the informative chat. Keep up the work from Scotland. Thumbs up. Later. Thank you, Simon, for dropping in.
5G networks.
What external hard drive do you recommend for storing and watching movies? I recommend a external solid state if you can help it, just because they're so much more reliable. External hard drives are a dime a dozen. Honestly, you can get Seagate, Westinghouse, whatever you want. Western Digital. But yeah, doesn't really matter too much.
All launching this year, and they'll all be running Android.
No phone by the end of this year will actually be 5G. Please watch my video if you haven't seen the truth behind 5G already.
On-device machine learning. Sundar showed live captioning. Now,
What is Q going to stand for? I would probably say quiche, but they have not announced what Q stands for. We won't get that announcement till I think last year it was August or July when we found out what Q stood for.
With captions, I can still keep up, even if I'm in a crowded space. So for me, they're super helpful. But for the almost 500 million people who are deaf or hard of hearing,
So it sounds like live caption will literally take whatever audio would be playing and translate it, which is really cool. So this will be a feature on Android Q, and it just translates it automatically, whatever audio is playing on your, including YouTube, including anything. It could be an Instagram video, so that's pretty cool.
So incredible is that it's entirely done on the phone. In fact, it doesn't need to be connected. If you take a look, this entire demo I've done in Airplane.
That is pretty cool. It's built into the phone. It's not online. You don't need internet. That's really cool. And it's showing it's on airplane mode. Which foldable phone is she demoing? They specifically demoed 3 different kind of foldables. One was like the Galaxy Fold, one was like the Huawei Mate X, and one was like the Motorola Razr.
Using concurrent neural net in just 80 megabytes. The live speech model is running on the phone, and no audio stream ever leaves it. All this protects user privacy, and this is OSY, which means the caption now the same on-device machine learning powers another useful feature, which is Smart Reply. With Smart Reply, the OS hopefully suggests what you type in. It'll predict the text you'll type, even emoji, and it's a huge time saver. What's really cool is this works now for all messaging apps in Android. Like in Signal, you can see the OS.
That's nice. All messaging apps on Android will be supported with Android Q. So it doesn't matter if it's
Say a friend sends you an address.
text messaging, it doesn't matter if it's...
The Smart Reply you just tap and it will open for you. All this is saving.
That is awesome. If someone sends you an address, it just open you have the option to open Maps, and it plugs in the address in Maps. That's awesome.
And it does this with no user input ever leaving the phone. All of which detects.
They are really trusting privacy, like, extremely.
Now there's one more addition to Android Q that's
I don't care. I know Google has so much of my information. I don't care as much about it, of the privacy from Google. I more care about it from, like, other one. They are introducing dark theme built into the operating system. That's awesome.
activated by using the quick tile or by turning on battery saver, and in fact it will help you save battery. Your OLED display is one of the most power-hungry components in your phone, so by lighting up less pixels, it'll save you.
Which is why you should have done this years ago. It is really funny, by the way. If you used Android since Android Ice Cream Sandwich or Android 4.0, it was all dark. It was all dark mode. It was all dark mode. But the white version came out because of iOS to compete with it, to have that cleaner look, and now we're going back to dark mode. So it's kind of funny.
Now, over the years, Android's built out a huge set of protections already. File-based security, SSL by default, secure DNS, work profiles, and many of these were first on Android. Android has the most widely deployed security and anti-malware service of any OS, Google Play Protect. It runs on every device and it scans over 50 billion apps a day. In fact, in Gartner's 2019 security report published this week, Android scored the highest possible rating in 26 out of 30 categories. It's ahead on multiple points, from authentication to network security to malware protection and more.
So Android is more secure than iOS. Something I've said for years.
Android Q includes almost 50 features focused on security and privacy, all providing more protection, transparency, and control. So first,
It's always so funny because people are like, "Oh, well, Android has more viruses and all this stuff." First of all, they're not viruses; they're adware. They just do pop-up ads on your screen so that they get money. But the more important part about that is that most of those apps, I think 99% of all viruses and adware come from the black market apps or apps that are downloaded outside of Android. 99.5. So, yeah.
of who you share it with and how they can use it. So first, if you're wondering which apps can be accessing your location, we make it easy for you to know. With Q, your device will give you helpful reminders whenever an app accesses location and you're not actively using their app. So you can review and decide if you want to continue sharing or not. Second,
That's good. I mean, that's good for the most part. I don't want other apps accessing my stuff when I don't want them to.
you want to get pizza delivered. You can choose to share your location
So basically, they're just cutting off third parties like Facebook and all that kind of stuff from. That's really smart. Only allow it to do something like location when it's in use. That is perfect. That's a good update. That's a good update to look forward to with Android Q.
Like TLS-V3, encryption for low-end devices, randomizing your MAC address by default, and many more. And you can read about all of these in our blog post this week. But there's one more.
When do you think the new Android Auto will come out? Will be a beta? I don't know if they're gonna have an Android Auto update. They haven't updated it for, I want to say, a year, so it would be good to update. They've updated apps, but not, I would say, the overall interface. The dark mode's really cool that they just added to it, but see, it's like little updates like that, not a full-on OS update, I feel like. But yeah, they just added dark mode, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, that they announced it and it will be rolling out.
This was a huge technical challenge. We're updating these in the background the same way we're updating Google Apps. It's easier for our partners with whom we're working closely, but more importantly, it's much better for you. You can learn more about this at the session, What's New in Android. Now, there's one more thing that's changed since the early days of Android. Now, people carry smartphones everywhere because they're really helpful, but we're also spending a lot of time on phones. And people tell us sometimes they wish they'd spent more time on other things. We want to help people find balance and digital well-being. And yes, sometimes this means making it easier to put your device away entirely and focus on the times that you have. That's why last year we launched digital well-being tools with dashboards, app timers, click to shush, and
I really want to know who used digital well-being outside of Silicon Valley. I really want to know that.
really helping. App timers
It's the
help
first
you
thing I
set
turn
your
off
goals
on both
and
iOS and
spend
Android.
the time. And users of Winddown had a 27% drop in nighttime usage. If you're not using these already, I would really recommend it. But this year, we want to help even more with
I like how they say that actually use it, not how many people are using it.
And when I'm trying to do this, like working, maybe it's studying for you, I don't want email or anything else to distract me. And that's why we've created a new mode for Android. It's called Focus Mode. When I enter Focus Mode, I can select the apps that I find distracting. For me, that's email, news. So now they're turned off and I can really get to work. Those apps that distract me are disabled, but I can still keep text because it's important to me that my family can always get a hold of me. Until I come out of Focus Mode, and then everything is back. Focus Mode is coming to devices on P and Q this fall.
That's the cooler part about that is that it's going to roll back to Android P and not just Android Q.
For 84% of us parents,
I don't need to root, but I don't want Q to mess up my custom apps or SMS backup. A few more. Yeah, updating can also always have like issues like that, I would say.
of the device. So when you set up a device for someone in your family, FamilyLink will help connect it to a parent, and you can review any apps that your child wants to install. After that, you can set daily screen time limits. You can check where are the apps where my kids are spending time, and you can set a device bedtime so your kids can disconnect and get to sleep. And now in Android Q, you can set time limits on specific apps. And when your child hits that device bedtime, if you want to give them just 5 more minutes, now we have bonus time. Now there's a ton more in Q that we don't have time to cover.
You can't be giving in to your child like that. My little girl knows. Hey, it's time's up.
Activity, new gesture UI, and more. So today, I'm excited to announce that Q Beta 3 is available on 21 devices. That is 12 OEMs plus all Pixels. And that is more than double last year. We hope you head over to the link to get it on your phone because we would love to have you try it out. And now I will hand it over to Rick.
That's cool. So the Android Q beta is rolling out to all devices, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty big. Alright, finally getting to the products, guys. I got about 10 minutes, and I gotta go. Google launched the Pixel 3a already.
Talk about how some of those come to life in our Made by Google products. Now we continue to
Okay,
believe
product
that
time.
the biggest breakthroughs are happening at the intersection of AI, software, and hardware. Whether that's a tensor processing unit, an entire data center, the phone in your hand, or a helpful smart display in your home. Let's start there. The smart home of today is frustrating. To deliver real help in the home, you can't start with technology. You have to start.
Why was your baby in the dishwasher? Okay, what is with these parents not supervising their kids? I have seen so many things that, like, what the heck?
Your home is the most special place in your life, so we need to be thoughtful about the technology we create for it. By putting people first, we're going beyond the idea of a smart home to create a truly helpful home. Over the past year, we've brought the Nest and Google teams together.
Samsung is emailing me to check out these Mother Day gifts.
And today, we're further simplifying things, bringing all of these products together under the Nest name. As a single team and a single product family, we're following a set of guiding
So
principles
Google
that
Home
will
stuff
let
is now
our
going to be
home
called
be
Nest,
put
or it's going to be a part of
first.
Nest at least.
Now to start, we believe technology should be easy for everyone in the home to use, whether they're 5
I
or
seriously
95.
think Google is more of a better name than the Nest brand.
With Google Assistant at the core, we can provide a personalized experience for the entire household, even in communal spaces.
Okay, Google, start Gentle Cycle for the baby.
We work together.
Okay, my Google Assistant
Sorry,
starts.
I don't understand.
Devices.
Shut up, Google.
Most importantly, the helpful home needs to respect your privacy. And today, we're publishing privacy commitments for our home products that clearly explain how they work, the data we're storing, and how it's used.
Stuff that should have been done from the beginning,
Our
let's be
vision for
honest.
The helpful home is anchored in the insistent. And as you heard from Scott, we're continuing to get more helpful over time. We want to make sure that you can get the help you need where you need it. Google Home Hub, which we're renaming Nest Hub, was designed specifically to bring the helpfulness of the assistant to any room in your house. Now, we've
I like Google Hub better. Let me know in the comment section right now, which name do you like better? Maybe not Google Home Hub, but Google Hub or Nest Hub. I think Google's a better name, quite frankly. So this is the Nest Hub Max. This is one we knew was coming out.
It's a new product
That was
has a
leaked.
camera and a larger
This one has a camera. The other one didn't.
perfect for the
10-inch display instead of the 7 or 6.
Hub Max pulls together your connected devices together into a home view dashboard where you can see your Nest cams.
Same stuff. Now you have cameras, though. You can actually see the other cameras that you have on your home.
Hub Max also supports Thread. So just like Nest Connect, it communicates directly with Thread supported devices that need a low power connection, like door locks or motion sensors. And we've designed
That's cool.
Hub Max with an incredibly helpful camera. If you want to know what's going on in your home, you can choose to use it like a Nest Cam. You can turn it on when you're away from home. You can check on things.
So I
like
definitely will be
what's
buying
on your
that.
phone. And just like a Nest Cam, it's easy to see your event history, enable home and away assist, and you also get a notification if the camera detects any motion or sees.
Still is not updated on their website. I'm waiting for it, though.
Now, video calling is easy too with Google Duo. The camera has a wide-angle lens, and it automatically adjusts.
They're gonna get rid of Google Duo eventually. They already got rid of Allo.
iOS or Android
It's another failed attempt by Google at a messaging service. When Hangout was perfect, it just needed updating to your telephone number.
Video messages for members of your household. Hub Max is designed to give you full control over the camera. Nothing is
Really? So someone actually liked Nest Hub Max more than the Google one.
with a green indicator.
I can't wait for Disney Plus. I can't wait either.
Multiple controls to disable camera features and a physical switch.
My daughter's mad because I told her we're getting rid of Netflix and we're gonna get Disney Plus. She's like, "But I love Netflix." It's hilarious.
Hub Max. Thank you.
That's good that you have a switch cover for a camera. You should always have
Designed to
those.
be used by multiple people in your home and provide everyone with the help they need in a personalized way. Now to help with we've offered users the choice to enable voice match, so the assistant can recognize your voice and respond directly to you. But today we're also extending the options to personalize using the camera with a feature we call Face Match. For each person in your family that chooses to turn it on, the assistant guides you through a process of creating a face model, which is then encrypted and stored on the device. Then, whenever you walk in front of the
I
camera,
had to say that encrypted and stored on the device, not online.
It shows just your information and not anyone else's. Face Match's facial recognition technology is processed locally on the device using on-device machine learning, so the camera data never leaves the device. And in the morning, I can walk into the kitchen, and the assistant knows to greet me with my calendar, my commuting details, the weather, and any other information I need to start my day. And when I get home, Hub Max welcomes me.
And too bad the Google Plus went away for consumers. Yeah, Google Plus was never supported.
Personalized recommendations for music and TV shows, and I can even see if anyone's left me a video message.
Nest Hub for me. Some people might like Nest Hub more. All right, I like Google Hub more, but that was me.
Digital photo frame. No matter what kind of day I'm having, nothing makes me feel better than seeing some of my favorite memories on this beautiful screen. And the Google Photos integration makes this whole process really simple. I can select my family and friends, and Hub Max displays the best photos of them from years ago or from earlier today. And now, with a simple voice command, sharing my favorite shots is easier than ever.
Sorry.
The big screen also makes Hub Max the kitchen TV you've always wanted. Tell it what you want to watch, or if you need help deciding, just ask the assistant to pull up our new on-screen guide. Hub Max can stream your favorite live
That
shows
is for
and
YouTube
sports
TV only.
But
Which I
unlike
hate you,
TV,
Google. Why
it can
can't
also
you have
use
more
your code
channels?
to use it
I'm not talking to you,
and play
phone.
your music. You're also getting full stereo sound with a powerful rear-facing woofer. And now when the volume's up, instead of yelling at the assistant to turn it down or pause the game, with the camera, it's as simple as a gesture. You just raise your hand.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Like, stop.
And Hub
So you can
Max
just go like
is
this,
on-device
and the camera will
machine learning
recognize it and
to
pause.
identify your gesture
That's awesome. That's
on
good.
media. Hub Max is a Google Assistant smart display that's also a smart home controller, a TV for your kitchen, a great digital photo frame, an indoor camera, and it's perfect for video calling. All this will be available on Nest Hub Max later this summer for
Ooh,
just $229.
$229. Ugh. Oof. Ugh.
And today,
Kind of expensive.
we're lowering the price of the original Nest Hub from $149 to $129. And we're
I mean, the
expanding
Nest Hub has always been like
availability
$100
to
on
markets
sale,
and supporting
so
9 new
that's
languages.
nothing special.
So whether you prefer a hub with a camera or without one, we have a device that'll help you in your home. As I said earlier, there's a fundamental difference between a smart home and a helpful home. And we're excited to unify all our products under the Nest brand to make the helpful home more real for more people. All right, next I want to talk about Pixel.
Is it true Google Play Music is getting rid of all the personal uploading music library? Not that I've heard. I'll look into it though.
To bring a more helpful, smart
Let's
home
get into Google
experience.
Pixel. I need to go, guys.
A core element
All right, I'll stick around to 11:30 and I'll be late to work. Just don't tell my boss.
And accessible for everyone. And Sundar said it earlier. We need to ensure that technology benefits the many, not just the few.
Okay, don't ramble, Google. Don't ramble.
In the smartphone industry, to support the latest technologies, everyone's high-end
Prices are
phones
getting
becoming
more expensive.
and more expensive. So we challenged ourselves.
See how I can do this
to
quicker than you, Google? Come on.
optimize our software and AI to work great on more affordable hardware, so we can deliver these high-end experiences at a more accessible price point. I want to introduce you to the newest members of the Pixel family, Google Pixel 3a and 3a XL, designed to deliver.
Oh my God, we've never seen these before. Definitely not at a Best Buy.
We didn't compromise on the capabilities and performance you'd expect from a premium device, which is why we branded them Pixel. They start at just $399.
$400, good price. Good price. $400 and $500, or yeah, $400 and $500.
And I want to introduce Sabrina to tell you more about how we did it.
Thanks, Rick. Delivering premium features with high performance on a phone at this price point.
I hope it'll keep wireless charging. That's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's gonna lose wireless charging, but we'll have to wait and see.
With Pixel 3a. So let's start with the design. Pixel 3a follows the design language of the Pixel family. The familiar two-tone look, smooth finish, and ergonomic unibody
Still hasn't updated on their website. Waiting to see that.
looks beautiful. Pixel 3a comes in 3 colors. Just black, clearly white, and a new color. Purple.
Don't do that, Ricky. It's okay. It's in a new job. I haven't started the new job yet. So technically, this is my old job that I'm leaving. So does that make it okay?
They sound great in premium
Off topic. Just watched the dead raccoon video in McDonald's. Hilarious yet sad at the same time. I have not heard of that. It has a headphone jack, but I hear that's only the 3A, so let's see if it's both 3A and 3A XL. Some people.
Really known for is its incredible camera. And with software optimizations, we found a way to bring our exclusive camera features and our industry-leading image quality into Pixel 3a. So photos look stunning in any light. What other smartphone cameras try to do with expensive hardware? We
Ooh!
software and AI, including high-end
What other smartphone cameras try to do? Oh!
Pixel 3a can take amazing photos.
Oh, iPhone X. iPhone honestly has the worst low light out of all smartphones right now. If you looked at our Honor View 20 video, that smartphone is $500 and it blows the iPhone XS Plus out of the water in low light camera.
And our Super Res Zoom applies computational photography, so you can get closer to your subject.
Yes, it makes it okay. Old job anyway.
And all of your beautiful photos are backed up for free in high quality with Google Photos.
Still unlimited photo storage. Always good.
Pixel 3a also has the helpful features you'd expect in a Pixel. Just squeeze the size.
Look at your images behind you. How'd you do that? The images are just photos that I put into the frame of the green screen.
Pretty sure we all hate getting robocalls. And call
Yes.
uses Google speech recognition and natural language processing to help you filter out those.
You need to bring that to Android Q, Google. You need to bring that to all smartphones, not just Pixels.
Now, you might remember last year we shared our vision for using AR in Google Maps. Starting today.
Oh, you finally bringing that?
When you use walking directions, instead of staring
Nice.
at that blue dot on your
I could have used that when I was in San Diego last week, and even in San Francisco last month. Thank God they're finally bringing that. That was so needed forever.
beginning our journey with AR and maps, and we're really
I'm happy so far with Google Cam app on the S10. Pretty good pictures. Yeah, it's really good. Although I will say I use the regular camera. I only use the low light one for the Gcam.
Phone won't quit on them before the end of their day. Pixel 3a has adaptive battery. Uses machine learning to optimize based on how you use your phone. So you can get up to 30 hours on a single
I'm waiting to buy the
charge.
phone too. Like I keep refreshing to see if it's gonna be on there yet.
With the included 18-watt charger, you'll get up to 7 hours of battery life with just 15 minutes of charging. Pixel 3a doesn't compromise on security either. It's got the same comprehensive approach as Pixel 3. On the hardware side,
So it's still a
the
fingerprint
high-end
scanner.
security chip protects your sensitive data on the
Oh, no,
device,
wait.
like login credentials, disk encryption, app data, and OS integrity. On the software side, you get the latest Google security patches and updates for 3 years, including Android Q this summer. So instead of getting slower and less secure over time, your Pixel gets better with every update. We think this hybrid approach provides the strongest data protection. And in a recent Gartner report, Pixel scored the highest for built-in security among smartphones. Pixel
Highest
3a
security on
offers
smartphones
the complete
over iPhone.
Pixel experience, and we're proud to make it available and
Where did you go in San Diego? Business or vacation? It was a bachelor party weekend, so definitely not business. Actually, I did my final interview for the job I got on that vacation. Before it got started, though.
our US carrier partnerships. So the
Nice. So you will get it. T-Mobile, Sprint, and Verizon will get it, plus Google Fi and US Cellular. That's cool.
You can also get Pixel 3a from the
They're only talking about the 3A, not 3A XL.
including Google Fi and AT&T. Pixel 3a and 3a XL are available in 13 markets starting today.
It's still not on your store, Google. So it will be available starting today as soon as it freaking updates your website.
We're really excited to have you try it out. Next, Jeff will tell you about our efforts in Google AI. But first, here's a quick look at our new Pixel.
Alright guys, we are going to call that a day and a video. Hopefully you guys liked this watch along. Please give a like, thumbs up before you head out. If you did, it was a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, will the Pixel 3a be perfect for T-Mobile? We are getting T-Mobile in my town. Yeah, T-Mobile is